song that goes, "It's moving day, it's moving day," and those are the only words I know to it. Thank goodness for you. This is a really exciting day for me because I've been homeless in the sense that I haven't had my tiny house to order my life in for about 5 weeks since I sold my last one on wheels. Don't need so many shoes on the porch. You know, for 12 years I lived in a tiny house of less than 100 square feet. And then I got married and had a baby, so we had to buy a 500 square foot house. And I've been essentially using that as my bunkhouse. Every night I go in there to sleep. But I still call this my house and the other house the family house or the bunkhouse.
So it's kind of your private space in a sense?
It is. I guess I've heard it called a man cave. And I guess that could be, it sounds kind of, I think everybody should have a cave. I think a woman cave would be cool too. Thank you.
That's how you get furniture in?
Yeah, to make sure we have a window big enough. Oh, you brought books. We've just finished building this house. We have an open house in about, half hour. And so we're gonna make it look totally finished by furnishing it. If you wanted to hang a few pots and pans from that rod, that would be cool.
I'll do that.
Thanks. Probably seeing me at my most OCD right now. Usually I'm not really as OCD as you'd think for a guy who designs tiny houses. You know, every little bit counts for a lot in a space this big. So I will labor over like a 1/4 inch for an hour just to figure out how I'm gonna increase that or decrease that or whatever. We'll bring out the mattress.
Okay.
And there should be a bed frame in there somewhere. I have refined my own personal living space so many times in a small house that I haven't changed very much, but I'm always working towards increasing the volume, so making it feel not like a hallway or a shed, but making this feel like a room. So to do that, I made this really teeny tiny door here that's only 18 inches wide, and that pinches people down so that everything's relative. When you get past that, this seems huge, and it seems almost, well, relatively huge anyway. I could slide a huge solid mattress up there, like a firm one, but when you have a little hole going up to the loft, it's best to get a bed like the one I have up there, which is just a roll, put it up through, or just a piece of foam. Another thing I've learned since last time is just that people have such varied needs, it's really hard to design a small house for other people, and that's why I'm making this, this series of houses more flexible. I have components, so you can put in this kitchen component, slide it through the door and put it wherever you want in the house. And you can put in this bathroom component and put that wherever you want in the house. I'm Jay Shafer, and I've lived in tiny houses for like over 12 years or so.
You're the one who lived at the grocery store. You parked in front of Whole Foods?
Yep. This is my new model, and it is 120 square feet. So it could be put in most people's yards without a permit, depending on your local zoning. The shell is something we'll have 6 designs, and each one's a variation on this. And they're all in the Craftsman style, so they're kind of chunky with large timbers, and some have big posts out front. It looks a lot more massive, even though it's not really any heavier than the other houses. And those make it a little bit wider than the other houses. I wanted to get it off the trailer, so now you can put it on the ground and not spend an extra $3,000 for that trailer. And then if you want the trailer, it still fits on a flatbed. The idea is that it's a shell. So when you buy it, you just buy the shell, but you can put the components in later. Like if you want the bathroom component, it slides right through the door. And same with the kitchen component, and those can be arranged wherever you want them. I think this is the world's smallest bathtub shower sink. Then there's a toilet in there, and that's about all I need. It's full bath.
That's a bathtub? I mean, it looks like a bucket.
It is. It's Japanese style. It's like an ofuro, so it's very deep and not very much square footage, so it takes advantage of vertical space.
I love it. It's very cozy. Like, I feel really comfortable, which is how you want to feel in a bath. And I could lean back, you read a book, and you could actually fill it up to here, and you could be completely submerged, even though it's in a small space.
The tub, it's definitely the smallest tub I've ever seen. I designed it to be just 22 inches by 30 inches, so it's very tiny, but it is deep, so it's sort of a Japanese style thing.
Toilet, that's good.
In this business, it's largely about just presenting the dream.
Nice little chandelier, yep.
We're really from Austin, Texas.
Rolled out windows, storage.
A lot of people will never buy anything, and that's actually I mean, it's really like house porn.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I can't sleep up there. No, I'm sorry.
People are intrigued just by the idea of house. So people are really, I think, intrigued by a small house because it's the essence of house. So it's like the naked house. I guess that's why I think of it as house porn. It's just like the essence of a house, you know, reduced down to its bare necessities.
Honey, you're so...
I'm really interested in making one. I found out about it about a year and a half ago, and I've been intrigued ever since I moved to California, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can actually go and see one.
I am thinking about building one. I'm a graduate student, so like I know I'll be moving in a little while, and I'm like, well, I'd rather have my own house and take it with me, to be honest.
Yeah.
And I don't need that much space.
You know, the kids are grown and moved out, and 2,200 square feet would be, I don't know, about 15 of these. So, yeah, we got a ways we could go down.
We lost our house due to the economy, and so we're thinking that when it's time to own again, we'd like to go with something that is practical and affordable and wouldn't be lost.
This one would actually be only, as a shell, you could buy it for about $11,000. But then if you want to deck it out, you get the components for maybe a couple $1,000s each, I think, the bathroom and the kitchen. And then you've got yourself a house. That's my book. We sell way more books than we sell houses or plans. You know, especially when the recession came along, people couldn't quite afford the shift to a small house, but they could start thinking about how they were going to simplify their lives and live an affordable life.
This is really quite spacious. We're just sort of attracted by the fact that we could build it ourselves. And, you know, definitely with her we'd need a larger model, but we don't really need much, and that we're kind of learning that lesson as we live. We've been taught a lot about simplifying and how much you really need, and there's not really that much, and we're living pretty small right now, and it's totally doable. So, and you know, especially since it's not like she's a teenager having to downsize. It's good for her to learn that you don't need that much, and to learn how to live within your means and live small. If that's how we raise her, she'll never think it's any big deal. No pun intended.
It sounds liberating. You know, the more stuff you got, the less liberated you are in a lot of ways, I think. Once you got through getting rid of all the junk.
It would be hard to, you know,
Yeah.
to get rid of the stuff, but then, yeah.
It's intriguing. It has possibilities. If I was a single man, I'd do it. I swear. I wish I had seen this 20 years ago.